how to use AI to get your perfect health. Now, when looking at what's your definition of perfect health, do you want to optimize? Are you already in good shape? Are you already in good health and you want to optimize? I believe I'm somewhere in the middle. Or are you a person who is kind of on the lower side of health and you just want to get to the middle? Or you want to go from low health to extremely optimal health and top 1% health? What you want to do is these steps that I'm about to lay out for you. And this is the protocol I've developed, and this is what I've done to research every single nutrient that I've found I may be deficient in or I may lack the pathways for absorption in. So this video is going to get pretty in depth. So get ready. Let's begin. Number one, we want to fix every single nutrient deficiency we have. How do we find out what nutrition deficiencies we have? Well, there are obvious signs that we can check. We can check maybe signs in our skin. Maybe we have redness or a complexion that can show like inflammation, stuff like that. Maybe our skin is pale and that shows more of like an iron deficiency because less oxygen is getting traveled through. You can look at your hair, you can look at your nails, your eyes, your mouth, your energy levels. All these things are different signs of nutrient deficiencies. Now, when you look at these signs, you want to gather every single symptom you have. And you want to research every single symptom you have using perplexity.ai. That's the website I use. You want to ask questions about it, like, what is this? Why are my nails breaking easily? Possible nutrient deficiencies for nails breaking easily. Possible nutrient deficiencies for dry mouth. Possible nutrient deficiencies for dry, brittle nails, hair falling out. Maybe you have like discoloration around your eyes or something like that. These are all signs of different nutrient deficiencies. Now, here's what I don't want you to do, okay? I don't want you to look at one of these symptoms that you have and then just conclude, oh yeah, the AI told me it could be an iron deficiency, so that means I have an iron deficiency. No. You could be getting enough iron because multiple of these symptoms could be symptoms of multiple different nutrients, so you have to check every single nutrient. For example, let's say you research the sign, oh, I have like rough, dry skin. What could that be, right? A lack of skin hydration. And then it gives you the answer. It says, okay, it could be a vitamin A deficiency or it could be a zinc deficiency. Now, okay, let's look at the other symptoms of zinc deficiency. Look up other symptoms of zinc deficiency. And then it shows you, oh, like white spots on your nails is also a sign. But I don't have that. I don't have any white spots on my nails. So, therefore, it has to be a vitamin A deficiency. See that? And make sure you look through every single nutrient. Or, let's say you do have those white dots on your fingernails and you have signs of a vitamin A deficiency. That means both of those nutrients need to be more optimized. Look at the other symptoms of like vitamin A. Some may be more severe than others. So when you look at another symptom and say that it lists and say, oh, I don't have that, that could be like a more severe case of that nutrients deficiency. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not deficient. It means you're not extremely deficient. So you could be low in that nutrient and it still could be causing you problems, so you still need to optimize it. So, look at the other symptoms for vitamin A. Okay, acne. Okay, dry hair, dry mouth. Okay, but other symptoms of acne could be a zinc deficiency. So research zinc. And guys, don't only like research zinc and how to get zinc and stuff like that. You should research everything that inhibits zinc absorption, everything that enhances zinc absorption, so you know what to avoid and what to implement as well. Not just looking at zinc just like by itself, like in kind of a one-dimensional way. Or, okay, let's say another symptom of vitamin A is dry hair. Okay, instead of a vitamin A deficiency, that could also be an iron deficiency that you have. So research how iron is absorbed. And guys, you could be getting enough of these nutrients. Like, you could be getting enough zinc in by eating oysters every other day or so, right? But your body's not correctly absorbing it. Okay, why is it not absorbing it? This could be a gut issue. You see how many questions you can ask AI, and it will just like help you, like, what's the next problem? Okay, I'm getting enough of this. How is this not working? And then ask that. Okay, it'll answer you. Okay, is your gut health in order, right? Maybe you have low hydrochloric acid. That's the stuff that breaks down zinc. Zinc is not water soluble. It breaks down in an acidic environment. So maybe you have low HCl. Okay, how do you get better HCl? Well, you can take a supplement, a betaine HCl supplement. Or another reason it couldn't be absorbed as well, it's not getting absorbed as well, is you have low bile. What's a sign of low bile? Okay, look up. What's a sign of low bile? Floating stool. So your stool is floating, and that means you have low bile. What do you do to get better bile? Okay, take an ox bile supplement, right? See how you can just figure out what to do for each of these deficiencies and how to combat them and fix them. All right. Now, this is my protocol. When you research each nutrient, let's do vitamin A, for example, or any nutrient. This is what I like to do. You can do this with notes. You can do this with a whiteboard or anything, or you can just memorize it in your head. On the left side, I'll put everything that inhibits this nutrient's absorption. And then on the right side, I'll put everything that enhances its absorption. This is what I want you to type in for like into the search bar of Perplexity. I want you to type in every single nutrient that inhibits or reduces the absorption of whatever nutrient you're putting, from most potent to least potent. Include nutrients that compete with the same pathways for absorption. And then it's going to give you a list of like most things that inhibit its absorption. Okay, vitamin A, maybe it'd be like other nutrients, other vitamins that compete for absorption, like for example, like vitamin D, vitamin K. If you have a lot of vitamin D or vitamin K, it could inhibit vitamin A absorption because they compete for the same pathway, for example. Calcium, that's on the lower end. And then you're just going to list those out, and all those things I want you to completely cut out or avoid. Now let's go on the right side here. Everything that's going to enhance absorption. What we need to type in for this question into the AI prompt is we need to type in everything that enhances the absorption of said nutrient or upregulates its pathways for absorption or use. It's going to give you a list again. And by the way, guys, it's not going to tell you the responses are not as long as they should be, basically. Like, they have more information to give that they're not giving. So at the end, I want you to scrunch out this information like a wet towel. Like, the information is water on a towel, and you're trying to wring as much out of that towel as possible. So that's what I want you to do with AI. So how do we do that? I want you to type in at the end, after it gives you the answers, write down all those things and then type more. And then it will give you even more that it missed. When it starts repeating stuff and you're not really getting any more information out of it, that's when you stop there. And that's all the information you've got. Now, when we search for everything that enhances absorption or how to get this specific nutrient itself, is you want to search richest sources of said nutrient and the amount in each. This will give you a list of foods. I truly believe, guys, that the best way to get every single nutrient is from real food. Now, doctors are going to say no, the best way is to get it through pharmaceutical drugs, or the best way to get it is through a supplement. But that is simply not the case, because these nutrients, for example, vitamin C in an orange, they have complexities in them that synergistically work together, like the vitamin C's and the polyphenols. Everything that's in this food, it works together specifically to upregulate its absorption often. Also, guys, this is very important. Whenever it comes to any single nutrient that you're trying to get, more does not equal better. It does not always equal better. You must be checking the upper limits for things, because if you have too much of a nutrient, of a single nutrient, whether it be through supplementation or in some cases even food, more so from supplementation. But when that happens, you guys could get in big trouble. You could have a lot worse symptoms from overdosing a vitamin or nutrient than even being deficient in that nutrient. So what we need to focus on more than getting more of the nutrient is everything that works synergistically with that nutrient, that upregulates or enhances the absorption of that nutrient, and focus on removing the things that inhibits that nutrient's absorption. Now, guys, I also want you guys to look at the daily value of each nutrient, because these are, for example, iron. Iron's going to be 8 milligrams a day. If you're an athlete, you might need, if you work out a lot, you might need 11 milligrams a day, because your body uses up more oxygen. But also, I don't want you guys to go I want to go near the upper limit, which is 45 grams per day. Because when you take more towards the upper limit of iron per day, for example, you're going to have some problems over time. You're going to accelerate aging. High iron levels accelerate aging. Even if you are below the upper limit, over time, it's going to cause some problems. You're going to show more signs of aging, and your health span is going to be less the more iron you take. So in that sense, you want to be more on the lower iron of things. So guys, I want you guys to be very careful and ask lots of questions. Ask, what is the best amount of this nutrient to get for health span? And for basically realize what your goals are. So my goals are health span, and fitness, right? I want to prioritize those three things. So because I want my health span to be as long as possible, I actually don't want to be getting a high amount of iron, even though it says iron is good for me. I'd want to go more towards the 8 to 11 milligrams per day of absorption. And plus that, I want to take everything that enhances the absorption of iron. For example, vitamins, taking vitamin C, not in a supplement form, getting it from actual real food, like bell peppers. Research, okay, if you don't know what's high in vitamin C, research richest sources of vitamin C, right? If I don't know, let's say there's something bad that inhibits its absorption, for iron, there'd be polyphenols that inhibits iron's absorption. And you want to type in richest sources of polyphenols. And now you know which foods to avoid so that you get more iron absorption in this case, or any nutrient that you're looking at. So that's all the information I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to start trying posting videos once a week and giving you guys some more content to work with so that you guys can increase your health, live long, have long health spans, and just get the best out of life. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.